welcome to Vinyl Hazard. It is the year 2023, and that means that we have a lot to look forward to, or do we? I thought it would be interesting to make a little video about what albums that I look forward to in 2023. There are quite a few. Some I have dates on, some are like they are going to be released in 2023. We do not really know when. And sure, it's not really a given that they will be released in 2023, but most likely, or at least hopefully. So, in January, there are quite a few releases actually that I'm looking forward to. I have some notes here, back there. First and foremost, I see that we have Obituary's new album, Dying of Everything, coming out January 13th. Now, of course, Obituary is the well-known established death metal band. I don't think I need to say anything more about that, and probably most people have that on pre-order, at least if they are going to have, the vinyl edition or some special color of it. Another album that comes out January 20th is Catatonia's new album, Sky Void of Stars. And I hope this album is better than City Burials that came out a few years ago. I was not really a big fan of that album, so I hope Catatonia picks it up a little bit. Would be nice to do so. Another album that comes out in January 20 is Riverside's new album, which is called ID Entity. And Riverside is, of course, a progressive metal band known for their melodic stuff and very sort of depressing lyrics. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I have quite a lot of Riverside albums, even if that's not like the real extreme metal things of the side of it. But when it comes to metal, Memoriam comes out with a new album February 3rd, Rise to Power. Now this will be their fourth album, I believe. So I'm looking forward to it. Memoriam, if you do not know them, they are a death metal band that plays very much a bolt thrower-esque kind of style of death metal. Very mid-paced, very, not necessarily groovy, but it's kind of like the chuggy sound of death metal. I think, I hope. Speaking of death metal, if it actually is death metal, but from the samples we have heard, they are back in form. In Flames comes out with a new album called Forgone in February 10th. That has of course been on pre-order since like this summer, so that should come as no surprise for anyone. And then February 17th we have at least my most anticipated album of the year, and that is of course the new Hellripper album, Warlocks, Grim and Withered Hags. So James, hopefully you have listened to the new single. Sounds awesome. I hope James really has knocked it out of the park here, because the first two albums are insanely good. Both Coagulated Darkness and Affair of the Poisons are two of my favorite albums, so really cross my fingers for this one. But I trust in him, so I believe that this will be an album that will just be a potentially album of the year for me. We'll see. Single anyway is very, very good. Now moving on, in February 24th, Insomnium, Finnish melodic death metal savants, releasing their album Anno 1696. So Insomnium is also one of those bands that doesn't have a weak album in their repertoire. Very, very excited to see what they have in store for us. yeah, that's basically everything I know about that. And of course, now this next album is not something that I am, over the moon about, but everyone else will be, and I will perhaps get it. That depends a little bit on the price, and that's a ranting video for another time. But Metallica is releasing their 72 Seasons in April 14th. I mean, yeah, the single was quite good. Yeah, we'll see. I kind of like the single. Don't like the album cover. The album cover is shit. It's like a burnt crib with some toys, and it symbolizes their, something growing up. I think this is going to be called the Yellow Album or something like that, because the album cover is like piss sun yellow. Yeah, anyway, moving on. There are 3 albums that I do not know the dates for, but are, or rather, there are 3 bands, because the album names are not known yet. But they have at least announced that they are hopefully going to put out a new record this year. And the first one is Frozen Soul, a Texas death metal band. Their release, their debut release rather, is just fucking fantastic. And their second album, I really cross my fingers to this one too. This could also be potentially an album of the year contender. Really hope that they will release that this year. Judas Priest, Rob Halford has in interviews stated that Judas Priest most likely will have an album out in 2023. We'll see. Firepower, which was their last one, I believe, was insanely good, so I hope it at least is on par with that. And finally, and this one is a little bit more, doubtful, but Possessed. They released an album in 2019, and hopefully they will release another one. That, of course, depends a little bit how Jeff feels. He had his, eye surgery quite recently. So I hope that hasn't interfered too much in the process, but we'll see. So those are like the albums I really look forward to as of yet. There are going to be plenty of other stuff on the horizon, but those are the more immediate ones that I have, seen anyway. So, next video is probably going to be Scott's Metal Tag, the Rock Scout, if you haven't seen him or lived under a rock. 20 questions for this year, metal-oriented stuff. So that's going to be fun to make. Will be up sometime this week, probably in the next few days. It's always fun to do those kind of things. So anyway, that's it for today. And as I always say, may the metal gods be with you, my friends, and I will see you in the next update. Cheers.